Well, I've just completed my first playthrough of God of War 3, and to say the least, the game is probably one of the most impressive, probably one of the best games I've ever played. From the opening scene to the end of the game, if this is how it ends, then uh, I suppose really what other good of ending could there have been? Which there's a rumor supposedly. Well, actually, I shouldn't say a rumor. Supposedly there's an alternate ending or an original ending. One of those two. I'm not sure if it's alternate or if it was an original that was cut from the game. And supposedly there's talk of that making a return in the form of DLC, free DLC. So should that come to fruition in the future, should be interesting to see what that alternate or original ending is or was, and hopefully find out why it was cut or just any sort of extra information regarding that. But this game, God of War 3, a level of polish, pacing of story, and presentation, I'd say prior to me playing this was for me probably maybe Uncharted 2, just off the top of my head, was probably the king of that as far as polish, pacing of the story, presentation, all that I just said. But God of War easily takes that crown. And much like I said with Heavy Rain, definitely a game that, if you are a gamer, this is something you should experience. Though, if you have not played the first two, it would probably, I wouldn't necessarily say would hinder your enjoyment, but as far as understanding everything that went on, I guess to the same degree that someone such as myself who's played now all three of them. I didn't play the PSP game, the Chains of Olympus, but I played 1, 2, and now 3. And just to see everything that's gone on and how we came to this eventual, well, this climax. Um, Much like with Metal Gear Solid 4. When you follow the story from the beginning, it when you see it conclude, it means much more to somebody who's followed it from the beginning. But you should still be able to enjoy it, whether you've played the first two or even just played bits and pieces of the first two. This game should not be missed. No excuses. Should not be missed. If you're looking for a great game, you like a good story, good gameplay, um, it's just fun to play. It's just really fun to play. I mean, oh, jeez, it's one of those things. When you look at games like Dante's Inferno and I guess Darksiders, it makes you think. Hopefully, games like those, as they go on, that they can become on like a similar level as a God of War. You know, I guess God of War 3 is what I'm referring to, not God of War 1 or 2. Even though those were good, God of War 3 is like the epitome of like, I guess, action, adventure, in your face, brutal. I'm not just games like God of War. Hopefully Dante's Inferno, Darksiders, things of those sort. Hopefully they can eventually become like God of War as far as I guess epicness. You know. But yeah, the game is it's really good. I mean, I guess it took me about I didn't check the counter in a while, but I'm gonna guess it took me about maybe 12 hours or so to finish it. But it's somewhere between 10 and 12 hours. Um, I played it on normal, God mode. So I'm gonna go back and play it on Titan, which is the hard mode. Um, yeah, the game is it also functions as a showpiece as well. Like if you just wanted to just show off like what the PS3 can do, yeah, this is probably the best game to do that. Definitely not for the kids. It's not for the single digits. You know. I feel like I'm gonna start ranting, so I'm gonna stop it here. But all in all, the game great.